Mr. Thou, how are ya? Saturday stream. Surprise! Kids are on spring break, so I have plenty of time on my hands, and we're gonna be playing some Uncharted Waters and finishing this up today because yesterday the blackout cheated us out of our victory. Where did I put the controller though? We're gonna need that. I don't know where I put the controller. Hold on. I don't know where I put the controller. This game, this is the Koei curse. This is what happens. I swear these games are unbeatable. But yeah, we should be seeing the finale today. I do feel a little bad. There it is. Fell off the table. I do feel a little bad that, you know, this is not a normal stream day. I know some folk who have been following this pretty closely may not be able to make it today. I feel a little bad about that, but I really wanted to start a new game on Monday. I really, really did. And I cannot have this hanging over my head all weekend. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So, with that in mind, let me see. What do I want to do here? Maybe we'll want to go up rather than down around. That's a very good question, Mr. Thou. And thanks for being here, by the way. Happy Saturday to you. Let me remember my streamer manners. Well, it's not it's not the best news. Okay. What's next is Might and Magic Book 2. All right. So, hear me out. I've got like 7 or 8 games left. You know what? I could pull up the list right now. We'll take a look at that. Just let this kind of do its thing while I sail around. Yeah, so still to finish. I have to finish Might and Magic 2, Might and Magic 3, Isles of Terra, Paladin's Quest, Super Ninja Boy, Terranigma, which is going to be the last game that we play. Ultima the Black Gate, and that's it. Shoot, is that really it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not 8, that's 6. I think we only have 6 games left. I didn't beat my Magic Sword on stream, but I've beaten that game before, so I'm counting that as my goal is to complete all of these games, whether I stream them or not. But yeah, it's Might and Magic 2, Might and Magic 3, Paladin's Quest, Super Ninja Boy, Terranigma, Ultima the Black Gate. I think that is it, actually. So that means I have 3 JRPGs and 3 CRPGs left. Oh, don't worry about it. You know what? So I didn't play all of these on stream, like I mentioned. I didn't stream one lick of Earthbound. I've beaten that game many times. I didn't stream Final Fantasy 3 or the Breath of Fires. Games that I did stream, though, I beat 7th Saga, ActRaiser, Arcana, Brainlord, Brandish, on stream. Dragon View, Draken, Eye of the Beholder. I thought I did Final Fantasy 2 on stream, but I don't know. Mystic Quest I did on stream. Gaia I did. Beat Nintendo, not on stream. We had to say farewell to that one. Lord of the Rings, beat on stream. I played King of Dragons, Knights of the Round, and Magic Sword on stream, but I didn't beat them. Lagoon, the two Lufias I beat on stream. Ogre Battle I did not beat on stream. I love that game. Robo Trek, Evermore and Mana, Shadowrun, Soul Blazer beat on stream. I beat Mario RPG off stream years ago. Secret of the Stars beat on stream. Spike McFang beat on stream. False Prophet beat on stream. Uncharted Waters I still have to beat just off stream. So that's 7 right there then. New Horizons we're about to beat on stream. Wizardry 5 did beat on stream. Zardion beat on stream. And Ys 3. There you go. How's it going, JC? I know there's too much Nintendo love in the world. I realized. I would like to run for public office just to outlaw a Nintendo way of the ninja. Draken. I feel like Draken is a hard game that's made way too easy with modern access. So like the fact that you can access the internet makes that game a cakewalk. Like I beat it in like a day and a half. But without, and like I wonder what playing Draken would be like in a pre-internet era where you have no idea where to go or what anything does, especially if you didn't have the manual. But even then, the manual for Draken is totally truncated from the PC version, so there's a lot of stuff cut out. So yeah, we did do the Lufias on stream. That was beautiful. Great games. Let's see, did I miss it? I might be. Oh no, we're good. We're good. I could play the Breath of Fire games on stream. I could. I could stand to play like ones that I would be interested in playing on stream, even though I've beaten them before. Like I streamed Chrono Trigger, even though I've beaten that game a billion times. I would love to. Oh, Foggy. I'd love to do the Breath of Fires. I'd love to play EVO on stream. I'd love to play Ogre Battle. I think would be a lot of fun on stream. Last time I tried for the best like moral ending or whatever you'd want to call it. And I got like the second best ending or whatever. Well, what's your opinion on that, JC? That's my opinion on that, and that's fine if you don't share the same opinion. But for example, the internet showed me an easy way to auto grind, so I left it on overnight. Came back the next day, never had to level up again. I don't know that I would have figured out that exact trick myself. Things like how to get in a certain building, how to read certain clues, where to go specifically on the world map, dramatically reduces the time that it took to play. If I had not had any tips or any direction from the internet, certainly if I had no manual, the game would have taken a lot longer to play. There's nothing hard in that game in terms of like boss fights. Like, yeah, there's enemies that can wipe you like as soon as you pop in on the map when you start a new game. But the difficulty of Draken's navigation. Ogre Battle is a game I love to play good graphic. Yeah, Ogre Battle is a complex one for sure. EVO, I'm glad you have memories with EVO. EVO is an excellent, unique title. I really appreciate EVO. It's one of those examples that shows how creative the Super Nintendo could be with RPG mechanics. Because yeah, when you think of the Super Nintendo and RPGs, you always think of the Square Enix, or sorry, the Square games, not the Square Enix games, the Square games. You'll think of maybe Quintet, a couple of the Enix titles, but there there's a remarkable amount of hybridization, fusion, and creativity on this system. Super rad. Super duper rad. Oh, you have the letter from Nintendo Power that taught you how to evolve into a human? Nice. Speaking of tips that you might not have figured out yourself, I did not figure out how to get the mermaid unlocked on EVO. That's something that was a little tricky. So maybe this next time, if I do play it again, that'll be fun. The one real downside of EVO is it's super grindy, and some of the music is questionable. Overall, a great soundtrack, I think, by the guy who did the Dragon Quest soundtrack, Sugiyama. Oops, that was not the right way to go. But yeah, there's a couple while you're grinding in like the amphibian era that are just like short loops of carnival music and stuff like that. In Draken, there's a spider in the first castle that drops stat-altering rings. Right, so I think what I want to convey to you, JC, though, is like that's very specific knowledge that if you're playing the first game without much help, like you just gave me help right here, that kind of underscores my point about using the internet. Like I beat that game without that spider and getting stat altering rings or anything like that. It's beatable without it, but that's a little trick that could help you. But you wouldn't necessarily figure that out on your first playthrough playing blind by yourself. That's my point, because that's the only way to really measure difficulty. You can't measure difficulty by somebody told me about stat altering rings, or measuring difficulty by something that you figured out over multiple playthroughs. You can only reasonably measure difficulty by a first playthrough as blind as possible. And I'm saying, like, you can use the manual, you know. I mean, it comes with it. But I mean blind in terms of, like, as little help from folk like yourself that have little tricks, exactly like this one. There were quite a few little tricks. As far as simple directions to your next destination, I don't buy it. There were quite a few times in that game where I was like, yeah. Because it's a fairly big world. And looking around and exploring and stuff like that. Now, again, I do think Draken is on the easier side. I don't think it's a hard game. But I do think it's made significantly more easy by the ability to share information quickly. Did you know that in your very first playthrough? The very first time you walked into the castle? If you did, then you're probably not the average experience with Draken. But we're talking about the average player playing Draken first time, blah blah blah. Now, since you played it since release too, I think that's also a further modifier. If you've had, 35 years of experience with the game's going to be easy. It's sort of like what we were talking about yesterday with this game and Uncharted Waters New Horizons. There's a guy who pops in, Mr. Temper, God bless him, who finished his route for the first time with a character that I don't think he'd played as before in like 15 hours. But he's been playing Uncharted Waters his whole life and has built up that kind of veteran perspective on the game. But he acknowledged that that's a clarification that skews the game's difficulty in his favor. But it's definitely not representative of the average experience. Okay, made it all the way back to Europe. I need to drop stuff off at Dublin. Some silk that I purchased. And then after that, we got to go to the Cartographers Guild and see if we can't get the fame requirement that we needed to trigger the final events in this game. Okay. Yeah. Oh, let me give a personal example. So, zombies ate my neighbors because you wanted to beat the spider the first game, but it kept coming back. Okay, so let me give a personal example. I think I listed enough clarifiers here. Zombies ate my neighbors. I mean, a lot of people who tell me Zombies Ate My Neighbors is a hard game. I do think it's a hard game. To me, it's an easy game, and there's a good reason for that. I've played it consistently for the past 30 years, and I have very specific knowledge, like this spider example, about little tricks and things like that that help to make the game easier, right? That does not represent the average, certainly first playthrough of Zombies Ate My Neighbors. So there's a distinction here that I think is really important. It's easy to you personally and easy overall are two different things. I'm more interested as a game critic in easy overall or difficult overall. What's the design of the game like? Particularly for that first playthrough, as opposed to how easy somebody may think a game is based on oh, I don't have Enrico anymore, do I? Based on years of play time and practice and knowing tips and tricks and secrets. Yeah, this guy sucks, and not good at numbers. That's what he says. Okay, let me. Well, I didn't buy that silk for much. We'll just sell it here. I don't know that this is going to be the best price or not. But $252. You know what? I could sell it at Amsterdam because that's where I got to go anyway. How's it going, Mr. Temper? I just mentioned you. And here you are. Presumably, yeah, you learn from mistakes if the game communicates it well enough that was a mistake. You might trial and error that a couple times to drill it in. But I think the game's a little more complex than bumping into a grave. So, Mr. Temper, you were just being used as an analogy here. I hope you were flattered by that fact. We were talking about how you personally found Uncharted Waters New Horizons very easy, but that, of course, is after a lifetime of experience with Koei and playing Uncharted Waters games, especially the first one, speedrunning it. Yeah, hey, Ravaging Justice, everybody, just had that baby. Well, I don't think you had the baby, but you had the baby. Congratulations. Healthy and hale, everything's okay with the baby, everything's okay with mom. You're flattered to, well, at least you're not flattened to be part of the community. Flattered to be part. I'm flattered that you're flattered. There we go. We'll do that. Thousands of hours playing Koei games will definitely make you good at Koei games for sure. Everything's good. Awesome. That's wonderful. Yeah, I am sorry that we're doing a surprise stream today. I really do just want to finish this game and knock it out and start a new game Monday. And I wasn't going to be cheated out of that by the blackout. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm sorry you can't stick around, but understandably, just had a baby. Newborns are hard, as you know, and I wish you the best. I hope you get some rest, you and your wife, and enjoy. What is this? Theodolite. Most precise and reliable, extremely used for celestial images in longitude and latitude. Cool. No, I don't want that. And Dayoxer, welcome to the chat. How are you? Dayoxer was here yesterday to keep me company. I did like an after hours stream. It's still, internet was being stupid. So we're supposed to have bad weather, like lousy weather. So we are gonna get as much of this game done as we can right now. Ideally, finish it in the next, hour or so. All right, we'll just sell this off. Yeah, yeah, I think it was like a 10-minute stream. Oh, so basically, let me give you an update on what I did. So I did discover the city of Sakai. It did not trigger in the exact spot where I knew it was previously when I went through Japan. Not sure what that's about, but we did get Sakai discovered. There was no Rapa Nui. There was no Moai to discover on that island. I tried with a decent amount of telescoping and discovery and whatever with the crew rearrangement. Still couldn't get it. So, yeah. So that didn't work out, unfortunately. But we did get Sakai discovered. Nagasaki is a plot point for Joao, so I did get that one. It's the city where you drop off... Enrico. So you have to go there in order to progress Joao's story. Or Keone, as I've been calling him. The theodolite is important. It gives you an exact amount of great for finding treasures or ports. Oh, that makes sense, right? Because they tell you where certain ports are. Oh, yes. So now what we're doing is we're going to see... I'm at 37,425. That's after discovering Sakai. Now we are going to see what we get for all the map clearance. It ought to be a decent amount. Okay. And it makes sense too because, you know, Japan's history and stuff like that. Okay, here's your pay, 21,000. I mean, that's a cheap sum right there. Let's check it out. Oh, that only gave me 1,000. Boo. Boo. So I still have to make like 2,300 more. Just about. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So I'm glad we're doing this today. Let me pull up the map and we'll see if there's anything else that I might have missed. Anything else. Get my map here. There is... No, I got that. That's Tixi. And I got the Stellar Sea Cow. It was 41k. That's what Ravaging Justice told me. That's what a guide that I looked at said is 41k. So we'll need to get 41k. Pretty sure. What else? There's nothing there up north in Siberia. There's nothing in Antarctica. 40 to 41k? Okay. If it's 40k, brilliant. I mean, we're gonna, yeah, we're gonna have to do the Antarctic strip, I guess, because I got nothing else. And there's a couple other spots, like, I'm sure if I cleared this black from the Antarctic strip, maybe I'll come down the west side of Africa and we'll just go straight down if the storms will let me. Oh, I need to get a bomb. Where do they sell bomb at? I need to pick that up because that will eliminate the storm hazard. We could try that. I think I might have lime juice. Let me check. We were just having an interesting discussion if you had just come in on the easiness or difficulty rather of Draken. And I was suggesting that Draken gets easier with help from the internet. That seems to make sense. Nothing would get harder with help from the internet. But I wanted to ask a broader question. What do you think is the easiest RPG on the Super Nintendo? There are a couple of low-hanging fruit answers. What is the easiest RPG on the Super Nintendo? What am I looking for? Items. We got, you know what? I might have used it. Oh, no, there's lime juice. So we got lime juice. I need bomb. So we'll have to check it. Ease 3? Ease 3 plays pretty quick. It's easy. There are a couple boss fights that are a little tricky. Yeah, Mystic Quest is the low-hanging fruit. Like, I don't think there's anything as hard as some of the boss fights in Ease 3. In Mystic Quest. What was that sentence? That was weird. I don't think there's anything in Mystic Quest as hard as some of the boss fights in Ease 3. There you go. Before the storms will transition to the other side of the map, sail south. Way less chance of storms there. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. We'll go ahead and check a couple of those spots. If anybody knows where they sell bomb right away, let me know. I'll go ahead and pick that up. Knowing Koei, I wouldn't be surprised if acquired fame as 40,387. That would be something, wouldn't it? We're going to finish this today, though. This is going to be it. Dark King. Oh, a Pookie? Izzy 79. Welcome to the chat, first time chatter. Yeah, that's a pretty easy one. Especially with that whole trick was where his HP loops over. That was a boss fight that you survived that could have been an email. For sure. Pookie, welcome. We're playing through every Super Nintendo RPG, the English releases, considering doing all of the Super Famicom RPGs after this. We've only got about 6 left. Okay, no bomb here. And this is Uncharted Waters New Horizons. This is on original hardware, but you could play this on... Oh, wrong place. You could play this on Nintendo Switch Online. Yes, we finally meet. Oh, that sounds like we're about to have like an epic supervillain superhero throwdown. That would be great. So, Symphony of Night, super easy once you get... Oh, Crisegrim. The cool thing about the Crisegrim is it's named after a mountain range in The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. Gotta get that Tolkien reference in there. Okay, London. Pookie, have you played this? I love saying Pookie, by the way. Pookie, have you played Uncharted Waters New Horizons before? This is my first time. I think this is a masterpiece. It's a pretty great game in this category of games for this system. Depraved Slasher, how's it going? Yes. And you know what? Slasher, you're not the first person to tell me that, too. There have been more than a handful of people who oh shoot, I'm losing my train of thought. Who have told me that they would never play this game. Ever. And I get that. Like, this is very specific kind of game right here. This is not for everybody. Yeah, no one game is for everybody, but these particular games are definitely not for everybody. But if you can enjoy a sim game that's complex, historical, granular, I'll say, there's so much to enjoy in this game. It really is fantastic. A very obscure title called Columbus Golden Dawn. I wonder if any of our Koei fans or simulator fans are familiar with that one. I've not heard of Columbus Golden Dawn. What system was that for? Yeah, I think you did donate this one. You did send Uncharted Waters. You did. Was it also this one? And please tell me that I put your name in the special thanks in my book. Did I? I need to check. Hang on. Slashy, how's it going? Oh, so it was on Famicom? Do you read Japanese, or was it translated, or how'd that work? Let me see. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, Temper, I have you credited in the book as Ninja Temper. Alright. Playing wrestling, hanging out. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate that. The remake of DQ7 might be the easiest RPG ever, especially play on easy mode. Easier than Mystic Quest? They, it seems like they streamed things down. Fan translated. Cool. Yeah, and thinking about playing through the Super Famicom RPGs next. That's a problem that I'm going to have to try to figure out how to solve. Is, You know, how am I going to play some of the ones that play some of the ones that do not have translations? No, and Mystic Quest is supposed to be easy, right? Like, it would suck if Mystic Quest was not supposed to be easy, and it just was. But yeah, that's supposed to be an easy game. So a lot of people will say, "Oh, that's easy," like it's an insult, and it's like, well, it was designed to be that way. So they did a good job at making the product that they wanted to make. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Oh, you still want me to do the NES RPGs next? Why? Why? What makes you think I should do the NES RPGs next? Let's see here. Suffering mostly? Is that it? I've heard that about the Dragon Quest 7 modern audiences. Misery loves company. That sounds about right. That I don't care for. When the game tells you the solution to a puzzle without giving you enough time to think about it. I don't think that benefits anybody. Why put the puzzle in the game? So what do you think are the great... And again, we're talking about the English releases here, not Famicom. What to you is the... Or what are some of the great NES RPGs? For me, I really enjoy the action RPGs on that system more so than the turn-based ones. I mean, I think Dragon Warriors is really good. I don't care for the first Final Fantasy game. I really like Crystallis and Zelda 2. Drawing a blank. Yeah, we're still looking for Balm, so if anybody knows where Balm is. Yeah, Magic of Scheherazade, or Scheherazade. Willow. Willow gets mentioned in that context frequently, I think. People will say, nobody talks about Willow, and that's the only thing that you ever hear about Willow. Super Chinese World. Yeah, there's a Super Ninja Boy in the same series on this system that we'll be playing. Oh, best music on the entire NES library. Hey now. That's interesting. Okay. But what about the bad NES RPGs? Because it seems like there's a lot of them. Let me see. I've got a list here. Let me see if I can find a list for y'all. That I made some time ago. This may or may not work. Yeah. Okay. This is nitpick worthy, I'm going to say, because I made this a while ago. It was while I was still developing my quantification of what an RPG is. And so I shot for a broader list that would need to be whittled down in the future. And I'll work on that eventually if I need to. So I know some of these are like hybrids. I know some of these do not count as RPGs, and I'll mess around with it eventually. Destiny of an Emperor. Okay, but then we've also got, let me make this a little bigger here. We've got 4 Dungeons and Dragons games. Dragon Strike, Heroes of the Lance, Hills Far, Pool of Radiance. We got Bard's Tale. I like Battle of Olympus. I like Simon's Quest. I like Crystallis. Never played Deadly Towers or Destiny of an Emperor. Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. Those were all in English, right? Dragon Warrior 1, 2, and 3? I think so. Well, I mean, those are the English titles, so gotta be. Oh, yeah, and Dragon Quest 4. Dungeon of Magic. Well, I don't know if that says of. It might be Dungeon Magic. Faria, never played. Faxanadu, I've always wanted to play. Final Fantasy 1, I have a really hard time with. Flying Warriors is an interesting mention. Legend of the Ghost Lion, Hydlide, which I've played. It's alright. Immortal, Kickmaster, King's Knight is kind of like a weird shmup RPG hybrid. Legacy of the Wizard There's Little Ninja Brothers. I think that's the Super Chinese that Pookie mentioned. Magician, Scheherazade, Might and Magic, which my good friend Sarge Smash is playing through. He put 60 hours into that thing. And he'll probably finish around the 60 or 75 hour mark. That's kind of mind blowing for a for an NES RPG. Pinball Quest, kind of like a hybrid again. River City Ransom, I consider that one a hybrid. It's been a while though. Robin Hood, I can't remember if the NES Rygar has the progression systems that I'm looking for. Swords and Serpents, Times of Lore, Tombs and Treasure, Ultimate Exodus, Ultimate Quest of the Avatar, Warriors of Destiny, Uncharted Waters. No! No! There's an Uncharted Waters on NES. Willow, Wizardry. I can't read that. There's 2 Wizardry games, and then there's Zelda 2. Yeah. Well, if Immortal is an RPG, then I have to play it because that's the challenge. But maybe it'll be my Nintendo for that thing. Okay, let me see. Legend of Ghost Lightning, I'm gonna hate that because of the music. Oof. That's the one with the like 80s girl with like the headband on the cover, right? I did play through some of Dragon Warrior 2. And I didn't finish it. Hydlide, yeah. I don't remember. I never beat it, but I don't remember fond things about that. Yeah, Super Chinese for sure. Yeah, Little Ninja Bros is what they renamed it over here. Version of Uncharted Waters is identical to SNES in terms of the systems, only the graphics are different. So I would probably check it out, but if it's that identical, I would just count it as already having been beaten. The battle theme will drive me nuts. So I don't know. Looking at that list, how long do you think that would take? Like, I could see putting a year into that, but I would not want to spend like 2-3 years playing those games. There's a lot on there that I know I would not enjoy at all. As much as I love the NES. And like the NES is like my 3rd or 4th favorite system of all time. I freaking adore the NES. Less than a year. Oh, for the whole Pookie, for the whole list. How long do you think it would take me to complete that whole list? They're short, right? There's also the matter of collecting them all. I haven't tried pricing those. So yeah, I'll be a little candid here. I thought that my book was going to be more of a financial benefit than it wound up being because of all the shenanigans that happened. So I was going to use that to launch the next collection for the next book, but that didn't happen. It's a year at most. Okay. See, I think that's doable. But yeah, I definitely would not want to spend 2 years playing NES RPGs. That sounds not fun. Version of Deku 2's bugged. At some point you hit a wall and have to grind for a few hours. Oh, really? Is it imbalanced, or there's like straight up like that's a, like you're counting that as a bug? Okay, still haven't found that bomb. I don't know that we're gonna find that bomb. We might as well just keep moving on with our lives. Because I don't know. Let me just see if I can look it up real quick. Okay, this says Bordeaux, which is just north of us, so I'm gonna go check it out. Let me see if I have another list that I could share with you while we're at it. Because I made a couple of these. Oh, yeah. I don't think I'm ever going to do this, but I made a list of GameCube RPGs. And again, these are just English releases. So let me share that with you. Yeah, here we go. That's a little hard to read. Looks like Amazing Island, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, Baten Kaitos Origins, Beyblade V-Force. My kids love Beyblade, so that makes me feel super old. Custom Robo, Digimon 4, Digimon World. That's an awful title. Dungeons & Dragons Heroes, Evolution Worlds, Final Fantasy, so hard to read, Crystal Chronicles, Future Tactics, Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance, Gladius, Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. I actually really love that game because Lord of the Rings. That's like a reskin of Final Fantasy X. Lost Kingdoms 1 and 2, Metabots, Mega Man X Command Mission, which I really do want to play. Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, I've never played. I would love to play that. Phantasy Star Online might be a little tricky. Phantasy Star Online 3, Pokemon Colosseum and Gale of Darkness XD, Skies of Arcadia Legends, Summoner, Tales of Symphonia, Virtua Quest, X-Men Legends 1 and 2, and Yu-Gi-Oh! The False Bound Kingdom. So, neat. I don't think I'll ever get to that. But this right here, this is what I would really love to do, okay? This is like life goals right here. Okay, that right there is PS1 RPGs, just what was released in English. A massive list. Massive list. And this has not even been fully corroborated or refined down or anything like that yet, too. This is just pulling information together. But there is quite a lot that I could have missed, and there's a few games that could come off here as well. So, yikes. There's Balm. I'm actually going to get 2 of these. Oh, what the heck. Maybe 1 more. Yeah, that is a heck of a list. Now, so my ultimate goal initially when I wanted to publish these books was I was going to do Super Nintendo, I was going to do Game Boy, potentially NES, and then PS1, and probably die of old age before I finished all these games. But some of these games are some of my favorites of all time. I really think the Super Nintendo and the PlayStation 1 represented the golden age of console RPGs. So would really love to play these. Some 10 out of 10s here, but that's a big friggin' list. Even with a benefit of games that I previously played, you know, in childhood and stuff like that. Oops. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and head on down across South Africa. I could share these lists in our Discord later on too. I'm working on building a list, like I'd mentioned, for Super Famicom. But yeah, PS1 library, like that's you could spend 10 years doing that easy, especially at the rate that I finish games. Some people finish games pretty quickly. I don't. I tend to stop and talk. I consider myself a conversationalist. I love chatting. And I love exploring and taking my time and stuff like that, doing voices. So things like that just kind of make it last a little bit longer. Okay, let me try and get away from this, and then we'll go ahead and use this item. All right, right there. Boom. Boom, baby. Don't know how that works, but cool. Yeah, I think you could. I think you definitely could. Like I say, I usually say, you know, as far as like North America, because this stretches regionally, right? But as far as for North America, I think the golden age of console RPGs started with Super Nintendo, continued through PS1, and maybe ended with the PS2. But I really think Super Nintendo and PS1 are the two best systems you could ever get for RPGs. So in terms of, you know, lineup and diversity and all that. Oh yeah, straight up. You know, the 90s you had, we were just talking about generational leaps in our Discord. You know, you look at a generational hop from PS4 to PS5, but then look at the generational leaps that took place from the tail end of the NES at the start of the 90s to the launch of the PS2 right around the early 2000s. Like, that is wild. Ravaging Justice, enjoy the baby time. Congratulations again. Thanks for stopping in to say hi to us. We wish you well. I hope you and your family get some rest and that you enjoy that precious time. It goes real fast. If you ever need anything from our community, don't hesitate to reach out. The finest decade. Yeah, I think so. I think you get a huge range of stuff. Let's see. We still got food. We're almost to the bottom, and then I will sail over to the Cape. This is probably going to take a while, simply because it is. Because yeah. There's a lot here. Okay. We're going to have to clear a lot of this map. And did we figure it out? I think this is the last that I could do for getting adventure fame. I think that's it. And these games take no prisoners. They could be on the rough side, that's for sure. So take Uncharted Waters, for instance. Like, this game is so much smoother and more polished than the previous Uncharted Waters, and there's 2 on the system. But even with this sequel being as polished as it is, there's some pretty steep asks in here. We had a group of experts in chat. We couldn't figure out how to get this event to trigger that you needed to trigger in order to proceed in the game's plot. It's got a lot of complex systems. I was just talking to people about save states. This is a game that would be a lot easier if you had access to save states. As it is, you only get one single save file on the cart. That's pretty rough, because if you commit to a long journey, you could soft lock yourself in this game. You could. That's pretty wild to me. Okay. Here we go. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. This is gonna be real boring. There's no way. I need to bring this back. Gemfire, Genghis Khan, Kessen. They put a couple of these on NSO, right? I think there's Nobunaga's Ambition, Lord of Darkness. Is it Romance of the Three Kingdoms is on NSO. This is on NSO. Good of them to put this one on there and not the first one. I guess this is going to be the rest of the stream, is trying to figure this out. If anybody could think of any other way to gain adventure fame on this, do let me know. But as it is, getting the Cartographer Guild late in the game definitely threw me off, which sucks. No fan translation, huh? So I've been looking into learning Japanese in order to do the playthrough of the Super Famicom RPGs. Obviously, I won't have to worry about it for the ones that have been fan translated. But there are several that have no translations or only have incomplete translations. Yeah, there's tools for machine translating. Like, I could probably figure out how to rip the script from the data and then, try and machine translate it, get the full context, and patch it back into the ROM, or however that works. But that could be unreliable. Another great route would be having somebody join me on these streams to read the game as I play it, but that's going to be tricky to find that right person. It'd be somebody that I would want to trust and have, like good camaraderie and chemistry with as well. Wesley, how's it going? Oh, yeah? Oh, you tested that specifically? Okay. All right, we'll do it. Which ports did you stop at for the sake of restocking? I imagine the Cape down here. We could go ahead and reduce this just to 60 dudes. There we go. Let me see if I can get the speed up on the Haku by switching out captains real quick. Wesley, how's things going? How's Bebe? You just missed Ravaging Justice. He just had his kid either this morning or last night. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is it. It's just these folks. Okay, so Sabino, 10. No, Captain Jack it is. I really don't know how to see who's gonna be a good what, so we're just gonna keep it there. Now, is this guy? See, I like this guy. Oh, even though it says he's loyal to piracy, that's kind of not great, but what you can do. $95 days? I don't think I'm going to be able to sail that far. I can sail 66 days. That's still pretty far. Be a lot of jump cuts. The crazy thing is, like, and I've said this a couple times about this game, like, this is the game. The whole game is doing really really fine detailed stuff like stocking food in your boats and these long sailing trips. So yeah, you wind up skipping the whole game essentially. Okay, so ideally that'll get us up to the amount that we need. The ship's moving quick, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here one more time then. Saturday morning cartoons. Nice. What cartoons of choice? What would be your cartoons of choice for the ultimate Saturday morning? For me, Batman the Animated Series would be a good pick. I think the X-Men cartoon from the 90s would be awesome. See, what else did I like seeing on Saturday morning? TMNT, for sure. Yeah, save this here and check my map. All right. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to sail from here all the way to South America. Should be able to make it, but if not, we can stop in New Zealand, I think. Dragon Warrior cartoon. I don't think I ever saw the Dragon Warrior cartoon. There is a Dragon Warrior cartoon? Did I know about this? The Tick. That seems so you to mention the Tick. Visionaries and Inhumanoids. I also have never seen. I know I have more favorite cartoons. Okay. So I probably... Because I think you're a few years older than me. So you've probably seen a couple of these that I've not. Legend of Hero Abel. Was this like officially localized here? SWAT Cats. That's a good mention right there. Spiral Zone I've never seen. Spider-Man. Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of anime. That was the thing back then. It was like you were watching anime, like we were watching DuckTales with my kids. And I was like, dude, this was animated in Japan. This is anime. You know, but actual anime could be hard to come by in the 80s. Some of that early stuff. Okay, so just do this whole strip. That's what you're saying, basically. Jawohl. Curious George. OG Curious George? Dinosaur Train is one I've never heard of. I really enjoyed action-adventure cartoons. And at some point, when I was like a preteen, they started shifting cartoons to like relatable characters like Doug or Hey Arnold. And they're like, hey, they're kids just like you. I'm like, I don't care. Like, show me like soldiers shooting stuff and dragons and crap like that, you know? Alright, I think we're still doing okay. A little nervous. Yeah, there was not a whole lot. I've shared this a couple times. Growing up in Hawaii, I had a lot of Japanese friends. They had a lot of imports that we could watch. Most of the time, they didn't have any English dub. You just watch it in like subtitles or original language. So like I saw a lot of stuff. I remember one of the earliest things that I saw was Unico. Nobody ever mentions Unico. I enjoy when like I'll see on X or something and they'll be like, you know, what was the first anime you ever saw? And it's all stuff from like the mid 90s on. And I'm like, man, I don't even remember the first anime I saw way back. Oh, the D&D cartoon. Yeah, I didn't see it too much. Okay, Dan Tiger, we do know. Wildcrats, we do know as well. Yeah. No, my kids were super into Wildcrats for a while. They probably still are. Gargoyles, yeah. Oh, Akira. Yeah, I remember the first time I saw Akira. Also, Vel Raptured. Welcome back. How are you? Hey, there's a ship right here. Turkish merchant fleet. You know what? I could steal some food from them. Well, I don't know, because I'm not geared for piracy right now. I've only got like 60 crew. I'm doing great. It's an awesome Saturday, start of spring break for my kids, so we're all just kind of hanging out. It's gonna be bad weather later on, so we're not planning to go anywhere. We're just kind of throwing the old pigskin around in front of the house, and I was in front of the house. Been hanging out with Mr. Temper too much, yeah, I was like, you know, I think I'll do a little streaming. We'll do a Saturday stream and knock out Uncharted Waters. This is the grind right before the end of the game. Hey, thank you for the luck. I'll definitely take that, and I appreciate it. Happy weekend to you, Ninja Killer 76. I hope it's a good one. Okay. Well, I'm here at the end of the game. And at this stage in the game, I know the effects of piracy. You got to understand that, like, especially when I was playing the first Uncharted Waters, you were really stressing me out with all the pressure to, like, pirate people and stuff like that. And I didn't understand the repercussions of what that would do. And I just didn't want to do it. But at this stage, like, Joao he's fine. So, yeah, I'm not so worried about it anymore. We're at the end of the game. I know who my enemies are. We fought the Turks. We fought the Spaniards. So there's that. But I still seriously want to play the character as the character, though. That's why I'm looking forward to playing as Catalina eventually. Because I would like to play as Lady Pirate. And going around and taking people's stuff and swashbuckling. Buckling all the swashes. That's just a village. Let's see. There's gonna be a port coming up eventually, right? Pretty sure. But with the discovery of Sakai, now I'm pretty confident that I found everything in the game. Pretty confident. May have missed one or two things, but overall, I think you definitely got it. See, SS Ruby Heart. There you go. Those unique characters that Capcom made, I wish they'd made a Ruby Heart game. Did they ever do that? Or was she only in Marvel vs. Capcom 2? I don't think, or did they? Did they make an Amingo game now? And Sun, I thought there were a couple Capcom characters that were unique to just that game. Okay, and then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sail back. Catalina's. Hey now. Catalina is also an island, in case you didn't know. Catalina Island. Off the coast of California. I was able to spy it through that disgusting pollution mist that they got hanging over all of Southern California. Looks like a pretty island, but I've never been there. In Arcade Archives, eh? Okay. Go a little further south here, and then we're going to cut across this. Okay, and we'll sail back to the Cape. Salad Dressing Island. Oh, you've been there before. That's cool. That's cool. I kind of wish there were more things that I saw in California when I lived there, because I know, I mean, if I have my way, I'll never live there again. That was the rationale too with Texas. Like, I'd love to move out of Texas, and so while I'm here, you know, see a couple things. We got to see the Alamo a couple weeks ago. And NASA, Mission Control, the Saturn V rocket, stuff like that. Other than NASA and the Alamo, I'm like, what's like the most important landmark or artifact to see in Texas? I think that's it. So, your end goal in life? That's a level in Kirby? Salad Dressing Island? It does sound like a level in Kirby. It does. And it's next to the grape soda ocean, or whatever it's called. I love what it does when that melody is going. And it's like, oh, that makes my character bounce really fast. Look at this. That's weird. Remember that song? Classic. Sometimes you just need to get a song out. Yeah, we do some singing here. I'll take requests while we're sailing. Here, I got an ukulele right here. This was my dear departed stepdad's ukulele. I'm gonna bust that out. Where's the zipper? We'll just sail around. That's my sea shanty. No, don't do that song. Oh, you don't like what is that song called? Now I gotta do it because it annoys you. And I think it's called Fourth Element or something like that. What is it called? I can't remember. Vita's Seventh Element. Okay. I was so close. So close. You want to beat up that dork and steal his lunch money? Okay. I don't know how to sing in the Russian. Here we go. Oh, what is it? It's like. So this is written in the chords here on this chord sheet. BRL, BRL, or BRL, RL, BRL, RL, ha 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 ha. It's pretty great. Я пришел дать эту песню. Oh. That was just for you after all the times you irritated me, Mr. Temper. From Russia with love, just for you to have and to hold for yourself. You will love it. I tell you, you'll love it. I think I'll start sailing up this way now. No, let's see. What can we seriously play? Oh, you know what's a weird, like, easy song? Oh, now it's War. I think it's G. Now here you go again. You say you want your freedom. Now who am I to keep you down? Oh, we hit land already. Let's see. Do we have enough food to get across no. That was a ways. I'm gonna do more sailing. Because we'd rather be sailing. Oh, we are guitaring. We're ukuleleing today. Okay. We'll sail over to Africa. To Africa? Or no, we're out in Africa. We'll sail over to Australia and clear out some more of this black, and then we can sing songs and stuff. It'll be a good time. But get out the lighters. What? Good God! What is it good for? Okay. Let's see. There we go. We'll just shoot across here. Okay, where was I? Now who am I to keep you down? Inside the van to want to wrap around your dreams and have you any dreams you love yourself. Dreams of loneliness like a heartbeat drives you mad. In the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost and what you have and what you love. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. That's really high. You're gonna have to use the falsetto. All right, next song. Oh, you know what I was messing around with? This sounds ridiculous on ukulele. Let's see. See if I can remember how to play this. What a thrill. With darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'm melting to you. What a... Oh, that's wrong. Oh, we hit land. Land ho. See, I'd be useful on a voyage. La voyage. Because just singing past the time. Okay. We made it. Let's go back to Europe. I just need to get some more food. And then we'll head on back. We're going to stop in Leveque. I don't know where this is. Red's Greatest Hits Collection. It took the midnight train going anywhere. Dude, Journey. Probably the greatest vocalist of all time in my book. That dude's had some vocals. I am having too much fun. Somebody on the internet is going to try and ruin my life because I'm having too much fun. That's the way it goes. Okay, we gotta continue our snake eater here. We'll sail back. Well, hang on. We might have to go up a little bit first. Yeah, I think that's what I should do. Yeah, Steve Perry, man. I mean, holy smokes. The range. Okay. E? Oh. What? Why is this so weird? This is not how I play an E. Oh. No, that's weird. I give my life not for honor, but for you. My time, there'll be nobody else. Oh wait, it's right there. Crime. Oh, let's go left. Crime. It's the way I fight to you, snake eater. I don't know what possessed me to try and look up the chords on ukulele for snake eater, but I had fun with it. All right, let's see what else. And somewhere kept you waiting, huh? Oh man, remember the first time you heard him on Phantom Pain? He's like, kept you waiting, huh? And you're like, that's not Snake. Snake sounds like kept you waiting, huh? You gotta get that gravelly in there. Somewhere out there, a barbecue is being made. Oh man, a barbecue. Dang. Barbecues are good. You ever try that? Let's see. Oh, I just hit it again. All right. That's it for music. That's it. Let's get back to playing the dumb game. Dutch Merchant Flute. Hinga-dinga-durgan. All right, keep on sailing, my friends. Keep on sailing. Sail on, Silver Girl. Oh, Peaches? I played that on piano for charity once. That was fun. Peach, you're so cool. And with my star, we're gonna rule. Peach, understand. I'm gonna love you till the very end. Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Oh! Can't wait to see Mario Galaxy movie, or whatever they're calling it, Mario 2. Jolly Jared, welcome. I really want to see that movie. And it also comes out on my youngest son's birthday, so that's perfect. Remember when sea shanties went viral? Yes. Hey ho and up she rises, hey ho and up she rises, hey ho and up she rises early in the morning. Yep. A good old sea shanty. Not for kids, but if you do want a sea shanty movie, you should watch The Lighthouse. Masterpiece, but that's a one and done movie. I don't think I will ever see The Lighthouse again. But wow, what a movie. What a movie. Jolly Jared, how's it going? You can play the new Re-E. Nice. Taking a break for picking something new to play? Well, cool. Any idea what that's going to be? You know what? I will go ahead and supply, because we stopped here foolishly on my part. And hopefully that's enough clearing of things. You know what, Mr. Temper? There's the question that I had about cartography and fame accumulation, that I wonder if there's any difference in the speed of fame accumulation based on the character. That would be interesting to know. Like, would the guy who's all about maps gain fame faster clearing out the maps than a character who does not? I don't know. Oh, you're gonna play what is that, Mega Man 8 on Saturn? You think Mario Galaxy will be as good as Lighthouse? I think so. I think so. As long as they both have a scene in which they I'm just kidding. In which they drink you know, things that they probably shouldn't be drinking. Seriously doubt there's a difference based on carries possible, but not very Koei. Oh, okay. And if anybody knows Koei, the 8 and X4, so why not both? Well, X4 is good. I'm not a huge fan of 8. I think Mega Man 8 is on the rough side. But you know what? If you haven't played it in a long time, you should play it. You should play it and enjoy it. I'm going to clear out this one last section here because I do not want to... get up there and be like, you're still a few short, you know? So we're doing the sailing. We just passed my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I give my life not for honor, but for you. Koei, in my time, there'll be nobody else. Oh, it was almost Guns N' Roses. There'll be nobody else. Somebody's gonna come in and be here like, bye. Another time it's rather do something with meat and potatoes. I like meat and potatoes. Did I try the Snake Eater PS5 remake? No, I did not. I didn't. Yeah. A collector's tax, so you have the obligation to play. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I recently beat it, and I was like, I think this is the last time I'll play through this game. The cutscenes are fun, though. The cutscenes are fun in 8. They're fun, but it doesn't make the game better, but they're fun. That's where I land on that. Like, Dr. Wily, Mega Man, you must collect all the energy crystals. Like, that's fun. But then you gotta play, like, those, like, snowboarding sections and stuff like that. Dr. Wily. The hilarious bit is that they were like, good, boom, done. We got our take. Dr. Fudlight. And yeah, they were like, we got our take. We're done. That's it. Roll them. And that was enough. So bizarre. That's what that is. All right, let's go back up here. That should be everything. ideally it's everything. Temper, did you try the new Snake Eater? What, they gave it some wacky name, right? It was like Snake Eater Delta or something like that. Scooby-Doo as Rush. Oh yeah, on the Ruby Spears cartoon, where he's always like, Mega Man. You're like, stop it, stop it. There were so many cartoon dogs from that time that they were just like, what do dogs sound like if they talk? They sound like Scooby-Doo. Like what were the Super Friends, when they had the Wonder Kids, not the Wonder Twins. It was the original like sidekick. There was like it was like a redheaded boy with a green cape. There was like a girl with short dark hair, and then there was a gray dog, like Wonder Pup or something like that. And even that dog sounded like that too. Like Superman would be like, "Oh, we have to go stop that meteor right now." And then we were like, "We stop the meteor? Where am I? I will stop the meteor." And it's like, come on, Wonder Dog, Wendy and Marvin. Oh, Pookie. Pookie knows what's up. Some deep DC knowledge right here. That's good. That's good. Ruh-roh, Raggy. And Shaggy's always like Scoob! I'm a Metal Gear fan, so I get eventually to it. Oh, a Metal Gear Mega fan. So I thought you were a Metal Gear Mega Man. I was like, what? And I thought I was old? Oh no, we're talking Super Friends over here. That's old. Hey, but it's where I learned not to run with scissors, so. Thanks, Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and Robin and Wendy and Marvin and Wonder Dog and the Wonder Twins and their space monkey Gleek and the Hall of Justice. 40, hey, welcome. Not Aquaman. I will never thank Aquaman, except for the Jason Momoa Aquaman, because he is cool. He is cool as heck. I do love that, like, there's eras where they really tried to make Aquaman cool, like overboard cool. Like, you remember that era where, like, they cut off his hand and replaced it with, like, a water hand? And then there's another one where he had, like, a hook that could fire, like, a harpoon. And it's like, come on. I mean, that's a little... that's a little ridiculous. Yeah, and they made him look like a Viking and stuff like that. They're like, we got to do something to make Aquaman cool. And then all they had to do was cast a super buff Hawaiian guy. Boom. Nailed it. I liked the first Aquaman film. The second Aquaman film is boogers. Darn shame, too. But if you want to see Jason Momoa be really cool, you need to watch Chief of War. That's on Apple TV. Probably the best, and I've seen a lot of them, but probably the best and most authentic and highest quality Hawaiian drama ever put to film. Like, first episode, maybe first 2 episodes, they solely speak Hawaiian. There's not a lick of English. And I was like, wow. A Namor movie? I mean, I don't know. I like Aquaman. Aquaman is a hard ask already. But Namor, like Orlando Bloom in like a green Speedo, I don't know. I'm not saying that wouldn't sell, but I'm saying I don't know if I would want to see it. You know? And I like Legolas just as much as the next red-blooded American, but come on. All right. Oh, what did we get? I didn't even check. What's our... Oh! Oh, we're at 42,000. So I would have soft-locked myself if I'd cleared the whole map and didn't get the cartography until late, which is kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. The king, instead of just a guy who loves dolphins, pretty big shit for the character. I mean, he was always a king, right? Like, he's a king in the Super Friends. He's just kind of boring, you know? They need to give him some personality. I like the idea of him as kind of like a King Arthur type figure. But imbue him with that kind of mythology, so it's not just a guy who talks to dolphins, you know. No more superhero movies. Oh, forever? Okay. A real name, not what they do with Savage when it comes to Royal Lion in the comics. Yeah, what does he look like now? Because I only know Namor as like the guy with the, was it the Widow's Peaks, the elf ears, and the Speedo, and that's it. They're gonna need to do something about that. Well, they'll probably put him in some drab, like, combat suit that looks like he's from like a SWAT team, because that's what they do these days. I don't know. I haven't seen a Marvel film since the first Doctor Strange, I'll be honest. Well, except for Spider-Man. Yeah, and we all know what happened to Westerns at a certain point. They kind of died out, and then they revitalized them again. So maybe we're waiting for the dying out part, and then comes the revitalization that makes them good. So we're waiting for that. I did like Superman, but then Superman's my favorite superhero. So I liked that it was unapologetically a comic book movie. It wasn't like, well, let's try and rationalize this. It's like, no, there's a flying bulletproof alien from another planet who does insanely super stuff. Like swimming in a pool of antiparticles, or river, rather. Stuff like that. Do cool Superman stuff. That's what I want to see in a Superman movie. Fight giant kaiju. Push the planet out of orbit. Stuff like that. Okay, we're here. Let's see if we can't get them done. Modernized, yeah. So I think too, this movie was modernized for its time. But one of the reasons why I really like the original Superman movie with Chris Reeve is because it feels so timeless. There's a lot in there that, like, yeah, it's a 70s movie. But there's quite a lot in there that feels timeless. And two, has any actor more perfectly embodied the character than Chris Reeve, even after his accident? The dude's determination and goodwill and humor and humanity is like, it's almost like being paralyzed made him more like Superman. It's just mind-blowing. They recently did a documentary about Reeve called Superman with like a dash through it. I still need to see it, but I don't feel like crying, so I haven't seen it yet. But big fan. All right, we got a letter. Who's it from? Now, I don't get it too excited. It's from Professor Enrico, who you used to travel with. Shiver me timbers, that's good news, Captain. Hurry up and read it, don't you know? Here we are. Captain, I hope all is well. Have you already found the secret of the land lost to the sea? Always talking puzzles, that bloke. He must mean Atlantis, the secret of Atlantis. If you haven't already found it, then I may have some information that may be very useful. I would like to share it with you. I can't believe he's making us go there to hear it. Why didn't he just write it in the letter? Wait a minute, there's more. I thought of writing it in this letter, but the information is very important. If the wrong person were to read this, he would be in deep trouble. So please come see me in Zipangu. Darn it. Now in the port of Sakai, I think of you all often. I hope it's going well. Sincerely, Enrico. Well, he certainly didn't write very much, did he? Okay, so we found Sakai after dropping off Enrico. So I gotta go there now. Okay. Last good comic movie actually seen. Dick Tracy and the Rocketeer? There's been good ones since then. That was a long time ago. What's the date on those? Like, Rocketeer is what? Early 90s? For the Westerns, remember, it's No Country for Old Men. It isn't. Yeah. Watch Death Trap, Christopher Reeve and Michael Caine. All right, then I will. I have not seen Death Trap. We recently watched the remake of Rear Window with Chris Reeve post-accident, actually. I think it made it more terrifying because, you know, it wasn't just Jimmy Stewart, like, you know, with his leg in a cast. It was like a guy who could not get out of his chair. It was pretty good. There were things I liked more about it than the original, but then there was things in the original that I liked more. Okay, let's go to Zipangu. Nice, we'll sail up over the top here. Wait, whose birthday is it? Happy belated birthday. Somebody had a birthday? I missed it, if somebody did. Bam, bam, bam. Just when we thought it was done. October 1st. It's my anniversary. Yeah, we'll go ahead and... This is a long trip here. Stop in 4L. Oh, I haven't seen the Deadpool and Venom movies. I know they would not be. I know they would not be to my flavoring. Well, the Deadpool stuff specifically. Like, I really don't like Deadpool. I could see the Venom stuff, I think. Yeah. You wanna watch the Matrix trilogy again? You could just watch the first one. What about the Matrix quintilogy? Because there's 5 now, right? Didn't they make 2 new ones, or did they make 1 new one? However many new ones they made, I didn't see it. I only saw the original 3. And by the time the 3rd one was over, I was like, I'm good. Good on Matrix stuff. The first one is a great movie. And then, I don't know what happened after that. Stuff happened. As it does. I mean, stuff always happens, to be fair. Nothing lasts forever. Things tend to degrade over time. I feel like this is a fundamental law, not just in physics and energy, but in entertainment itself. It seems like the longer a franchise or series lasts, it's going to degrade eventually. I'm a tremendous fan of X-Files, for instance. Love the X-Files. But it absolutely degrades towards the end there. That's why I think it's better to bow out early. Let's see if I made it. No. Yeah, better to bow out early, leaving them wanting more than to leave too late. Leaving people scratching their heads like, what was that all about? That's my philosophy, at least. The Simpsons. Yeah, there you go. There's no new one. It doesn't exist. I like the cut of your jib. Yeah. And some shows clearly can't even make it 10 years. Well, let me give you a good example. So my favorite anime is Cowboy Bebop. Really adore that show. One thing I really like about it is it's not like a typical anime that's like 4 billion episodes long. And you get a handful of episodes, what feels like a handful. And then it's done. And that's fine. That's good. It doesn't last forever. Yeah. I haven't seen new Simpsons or anything. I haven't seen Simpsons probably since the 90s or aughts. So I couldn't say, but yeah, I think certainly at this stage of my life, the shorter stuff gets more attention from me than the longer stuff. Like if you ever meet people who tell you like, oh, the show's great, you just got to get through the first 3 seasons and then it's really, really good. And it's like, excuse me, I don't have time to watch. I really don't. I don't have the time or inclination to watch 3 seasons of garbage hoping that the show will get good after that. Nah. Like I can understand the first episode or 3 being bad. But if it doesn't start picking up steam by the end of season 1, that's just not a good show. And this also applies to Final Fantasy XIV. Thanks very much. Yeah, and I didn't care for Outlaw Star. I liked Trigun. There's a lot about Cowboy Bebop that I find really unique that I don't think gets repeated much anywhere else. That I really enjoy. But like I mentioned earlier, I saw a lot of anime when I was a kid. Kind of burnt out on anime. I don't watch too much of it now. I'll watch anime movies, but I don't really get into anime series. Especially if they're like, 1 billion episodes long and stuff like that. Then it's like, yeah, I'll just read a book. Or go outside and watch the grass grow. Well then, Slasher, consider yourself the exception to his rule. which just means that you're unique. You had to be you. You had to be you. Oh, we're still good. I can go all the way down here. And I think there might be storms in this area, so I'm going to play it safe. Seasonal, so as that releases in seasons, you'd prefer to just kind of like binge it, I guess. I think TV in general, like TV shows, for me personally, I know there's good TV shows that I've not seen, but for me personally, I just don't watch a lot of TV. I'd much rather watch movies. Tonight, planning to watch Argo with Ben Affleck. I haven't seen that for a long time. Seems appropriate given current events. But I really liked that movie the first time I saw it. So we're going to shoot for that. Okay, let me see here. See if I can reach the tip of Nippon. There it is. And then we just got to get down to Sakai. There are storms here, so I'm going to stick closer to land. Let's play it safe. Oop, almost missed it. Yeah, and I've already had to make peace with myself. There's going to be a lot of TV shows, a lot of anime that I'm just never going to see. That's probably pretty good. Yeah, that's all right. There's a lot of books, but I've had to do that. I've had to do that with books too. I love reading books, but there are going to be a lot of books that I will never read in my lifetime. That's the one thing, like, we're talking, like, watching a Twilight Zone episode. I really like Twilight Zone. And, well, where's he going to be? Oh, here we go. And there was an episode where the guy turns immortal. Sounds like a Faustian clause, you know. And he wastes it. I was like, man, you could learn so much. You really could. All right. Excuse me, can I ask you a question? Oh, foreigner, what do you want? We are looking for a professor named Enrico. Do you know him? Captain, this is a game. You can speak normally. Oh, is that a little meta humor? That's weird. I was not expecting that at all. That's the first time I think this game broke the fourth wall on me. Huh. You're a pretty strange foreigner. The man you're looking for is a Western philosopher, right? He lives to the northeast of here. Why, thank you. Yeah, that was strange. So, Enrico, how's life in Zipangu? It irritates me that they did not take their shoes off before they came up here. Captain, it's wonderful to see you again. How have you been? Just great, thanks, and it's good to see you too. So what's this information about the land of Atlantis? That was a pretty serious sounding letter you sent. Imagine if he was like, just kidding. I'm sorry it was so ambiguous, but we can't let anyone else find out about this. Actually, I sent that letter about a month ago after I met a mariner from Holland. His name was Ernst von Bohr. Oh, so this crosses over with everybody. I think Otto is the only character that I don't recall being mentioned on Joao's quest yet. Ernst has been traveling the globe, making a map of the world. So I asked him if he knew anything about the secret of Atlantis. And he said he had heard rumors. According to those rumors, Atlantis is on a large river in the New World. That's ridiculous. It sunk into the ocean years ago. There's no way it could be there. I said the same thing. He was quiet for a while and he whispered to me, it's a man-made thing, a plot by some Portuguese. And Ernst found it, this man-made Atlantis. Upon hearing that, I wrote to you immediately. I left out all the details just in case it happened to fall into the wrong hands. But the Duke wanted you to find the secret to the real Atlantis, not some fake one. That may not be true. Exactly. It may just be that the secret the Duke Franco is looking for is the fake Atlantis. You're right. My father may have heard about it somewhere, and so that's why he sent me out to find it. So did that Ernst fellow tell you where we could find this fake? Well, he didn't tell me exactly. He just pointed to it on the map. It was a place on a river in the southern part of the New World. The South American continent, eh? I guess we'll just have to go and take a look. I'm afraid I'm too busy with my studies to join you, but please be careful. Thanks, Enrico. You've been a real help. Keep up the good work. And don't make me come all the way back here to Zipangu. You found a randomizer for New Horizons? Oh man, does it change the topography? Does it change the geography? That would be pretty wild if it did. Let's see here. I guess we'll just get on out of here. The golden earrings song. Someone on the radio explained. Feels like being born. We're referring to Jason Bourne from the books. I don't know if I'm familiar with this song, actually. I'll have to look that up after that. I will have to check that out. Okay, now we are on our way to a river in South America. Is it a good song? I will have to check that out because I do like the Twilight Zone as well. So, let me see here. There is only one. No, there's two. There are two major rivers. In South America. I guess there's nothing for it but to check out all of them. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I think I actually missed. Oh, no, I did sail up in there. Okay. Alright, South America. Let's see if I can just cut straight down without hitting any storm or anything. I think I used up all the balm already. Sky's as dark as the raven's wing. Here we go. This will probably sink us because I think I am out of balm. Yep. A good thing I just saved. Oh, hold up. Hold up. I'm making it pretty far here. Oh, we endured it. All right. Hopefully, just keep going. So our randomized map, starting ship, initial price indexes. Goods sold at markets. That alone would be huge. Goods sold at markets. Ah, we sank. All right, we're gonna have to follow the coast. Remove all storms. That sounds nice. Eliminate new ship building time. 24/7 shop availability. That's cool. Some of that, like, I don't know if I'd count removing storms as a quality of life thing. That sounds like just making the game easier. But ship building time, that's pretty enticing. So you can change the geography. That is pretty cool. That makes me want to hunt that down to try playing the Catalina campaign. How would the campaigns work with the new randomizations? I guess is the question. These storms are going to be a punk. I already know it. I think I can make it all the way to China over here. Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. I thought I was... Ah, that sucks. It's so much further than where I thought I was. Okay. All right. I thought I was sailing south to South America right now. Nope. I think we're okay on food, but I don't know if I can cut across right now. We'll try it. Oh, Wesley. Yeah, no, I said I just had a birthday in game. It had passed August 14. So August 14, 15, 31. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully I can. Ah, no, 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 no. Yeah, it's a storm. Oh, man. The campaigns would still require the same progression, but if you randomize geography, then, like, are all the ports still where they're supposed to be, or the ports get moved around, and you just need to find where, like, their new locations are, I guess? Like, would like Naalehu be in, like, Siberia? Ports would randomize as well. What if you randomize the names of the ports? That would be interesting. Like sailing an entirely unknown planet. That would be pretty interesting. I'd buy that for $1. We seem to be going a little slower here. Where the heck am I? Oh, I'm not even remotely across. No, we're good. We got all our crew and everything. Randomizing the geography and the ports, but I'm also saying and the names of ports, right? So don't give them you know, names like Bordeaux and Antwerp and stuff like that. Give them like gibberish names. What's up, Doen 2300? It's going pretty good. We have charted many of the waters. We're triggering the final events in the game right now, ideally. Why would the names matter? Just for extra. Just for extra fun. Like, I get that, yeah, the geography's changed, the ports changed. It doesn't really matter what they're called. But for an extra layer of confusion, it'd be fun. Live-action RoboCop series? I don't know if I knew there was a live-action RoboCop series. I've not seen RoboCop in a long time. The brain in the tube with the eyeballs sticking out of it, that gave me nightmares when I was a kid. I remember waking up and thinking there was like a brain with eyeballs in a tube at the foot of my bed for no reason. Just looking at me with its beady little eyes. Sweet, sweet childhood. It was a long journey. Now, the original RoboCop, there were like 3 movies, right? The third movie was the one with Japan. I see, I don't remember. It's been a long time. Almost there. Sorry, folks. Doan 2300, what's been happening recently? What you been up to? Anything fun? Thanks for popping in for our surprise Saturday stream. So ideally, to reiterate what we were talking about at the start of this today's stream, I am going to finish New Horizons today. So then Monday we'll start a new game. It's probably going to have to be Might and Magic 2. I have 3 CRPGs and 3 JRPGs to finish. Second one was when they're sending me too violent. Okay. Yeah, it's been a long time. I don't think I remember the second one at all. I'll have to go back and watch those sometime. Well, you know what? Let me pull up this list because I'm just sailing around doing nothing. Right here. Okay. Okay, I've still got enough food. Yeah. Might and Magic 2, Might and Magic 3, Paladin's Quest, Super Ninja Boy, Terranigma, Ultimate Blackgate. That's it. So 3 CRPGs, 3 JRPGs. I know I'm going to finish with Terranigma. That was the last RPG released in English for this system, so it feels fitting. And I hear it's pretty darn great. Oh yeah, that's right. How's the overheating issue? Hey, we're both playing the Horizon. Yes, Horizon games unite. Horizon games unite. I'm playing New Horizons. You're playing Trails Beyond the Horizon. Somebody could be playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Somebody could play... that's all the Horizon movies I can think of, actually. Wap, wap, wap. I tried. An effort was made to name multiple games that have Horizon in the title. Couldn't do it. Oh, cool. So, cleaning it out helped? It might have been Doste. I can't recall if somebody asked too, do you have pets? Because that can apparently significantly contribute to getting choked up and everything. Oh yeah, Terranigma. I've heard it from enough people and enough people who I trust that I know it's going to be a great game. Because sometimes you'll hear, oh yeah, it's a great game, and then you play and you're like, this is not a great game. Are you kidding me? But I have like 99.999999999999999% confidence that it's a super duper great game. Oh, you got a cat. Okay, there you go. Ah, you can change the names of the ports. So does it randomize the names for you? Like scramble the letters or whatever? Or can you actually rename them yourself? Because then, you know what you could do? You could build out your own Middle Earth or something like that. That would be pretty cool. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Can you... Is there an Uncharted Waters builder kind of thing? Like, what's the closest to, like, an Uncharted Waters maker that you can make? Because now I really want to make, like, a Second Age of Middle-earth, like, map with this game. I think that would be so rad. Make everywhere Hawaii? Now you're talking. You can rename goods, discoveries. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't have super high hopes for a Super Ninja Boy, but I have heard that it is super short. So that's one super thing about it that at least, you know, will be super. Yeah, this is the first of 2 rivers in South America. So we're going to check this river, and if it's not here, then we'll go up to the next river and check that one. Seems like a decent strategy. That was the track that sounds like a Stardew Valley track. Stardew Valley, my beloved. Stardew Valley. I don't know if I'm going to need... am I going to need somebody to look out here? Because That's a question. Do the series on Tiger? Nice. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, I can't wait to play Terra Enigma. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Okay, I don't know if I have to look out for this or not, but I don't have any lookouts right now. We could probably get away with just grabbing a few of these guys. We're going to be a little slower, but at least we won't miss anything. Chocolate stout. Is that like an ale or a beer? I don't know anything about that. I'll have a glass of wine now and then, but that's about it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I never developed the taste for beer or ale. Every time I taste it, like I had a friend of mine who was super into like the craft stuff. And he was always like, "Oh, you gotta try it, it's so unique." And I tried it, I was like, it tastes like the other thing that I tried. So I don't have the palate for it. That's the thing. Sometimes you gotta develop a palate for things. Okay, so it's not this river. Otherwise, you know, maybe I just can't see it. I don't know. So with 6 games left, maybe what we'll do is this. Maybe we'll do Might and Magic Book 2. And then we'll do Super Ninja Boy. And then we'll do Might and Magic 3. And then we'll do Paladin's Quest. Then we'll do Ultima Black Gate. And then we'll do Terra Enigma. And that'll finish us off. And I could do that before the end of this year. I think I'm just going to try and blitz through them. Palette, no. Nah, that's because the one time I said it was a pet peeve of mine when people say palette when they mean palette. Not a color palette, taste palette. Fool of a took. This is why you never voice things that irritate you in this chat or on the internet really in general, because that's how you get people remember that. And then they're like, darn it. Whichever. How many other people do you know? I just met Mr. JRPG. How many other people are doing it? I'm considering doing Super Famicom after this. So it's close. The same thing. Bam, bam. There we go. RPG Gamer, the website? I was not aware that they were doing a Super Nintendo challenge. Phew, it looks like we made it to South America without any trouble. But what do we do now? I don't have any idea, so let's just take a look around. Oh, that's helpful. Let me go ahead and look around. So I did not hear about this from RPG Gamer. Interesting. Kind of interesting that we all decided to do that separately at the same time. Yeah, Mr. JRPG has been at it for 5 years. I've not been at it that long. And he's doing the Super Famicom games as well. Our lists are actually pretty close in items. Taking a look. There's nobody here to... Okay, so... I don't know. You'll never look at encounter ratings the same again. Why is that? Let's see. Oh, hang on. Like you mean it's a really, really high encounter rate? Yeah, PS1 would be really cool. It really would. Right now, it's really close for me to do either PS1 or Super Famicom. It's going to be either of those two. I know that for sure. Nice, nice. The other game that comes to my mind for really high encounter rates is Arcana. There was one time where I got a encounter rate, turned, got another encounter rate, like by pivoting in place, and then took one step forward, got another encounter, and then turned and got another encounter. So it was like 4 battles with only one step forward. I was pretty shocked. I mean, that was extremely steep. Okay, I think there's a port around here that I need to look for. On the history of RPGs? Cool. And the hard thing right now, this is shooting honest, the hard thing right now, Wesley, with contributing and collaboration is my reputation was destroyed. So there are a lot of people out there that I'm not sure where they land on that. Fortunately, a lot of people didn't hear about it, which is really cool to learn about. But it'll be all I can do to just finish this second book. I really think like that'll take so much of my time up. Like I really should write the New Horizons chapter after today. Like that should be my priority, is do that. I know Breath of Fire 1 is renowned for high encounter rates, but I don't think it was as high as Arcana. That was the highest that I could find on this system, I think. We'll see what Super Ninja Boy turns into. Okay, we're here at Cayenne. I think this is where I'm supposed to go. Trying to get this to trigger. There's a lot of this in this game, on this campaign, where you don't really know what to do. And the game tells you that. They're like, you don't know what to do, so just look around. So maybe we'll get lucky. With this sort of thing, the pattern that we had previous is just entering different buildings, and then eventually it triggers. So we'll see if that happens or not. Which is pretty wild, because if you were playing this blind and you didn't know to literally check every building, or you missed one building in a town, then what? You can't progress with the game? That seems pretty unusual. Yeah, a fairly decent sized series. You know, there's the one on NES, the one on SNES. I mean the English language versions. So there's nothing here. Like, I'm not getting anything triggered. Mr. Temper, any idea? I don't think you've played as this character before. Too bad Justice had to have a baby. No, just kidding. That's terrible. Too bad he had to go, though. I could have used a little help just triggering this last thing. Let's check the other river then, I guess. Maybe there's something there. Let's just take a look around. So right now, Basically trying to trigger the next event. It's a very similar looking pattern to Masala, where the characters will be like, I don't know what to do next. Let's take a look around, or let's wait around. But there are still some rivers that we could check here. So they did say the fake Atlantis is in a river. So we'll go check that out. Maybe that's the issue, but I don't know. I don't know. Not having any good luck on getting this thing to trigger. So if it does function similarly to the Masala event, then entering all the buildings did not help. I went back to Cayenne, which I know is an important stop on this leg of the campaign. But I'm not sure, again, I'm not sure how to actually trigger that, so. Whap, whap, whap. Bam, bam, bam. And also so far, nothing along this river. Village there. They would hide the ending thing here pretty significantly. So, yeah, I definitely could consult walkthroughs. I've been trying really hard to not learn too much information, so that I still get that aspect of discovery and stuff like that. But, I don't know. I'm really not seeing anything along these rivers here. But if I don't find anything, and we do get back to the mouth of the river, then it's gonna be walkthrough time. 'Cause some say love, it is a river that flows to the sea. And here we are. See, it flows to the sea. Right there. Right there. Okay, we're gonna have to consult a guide. Let's see. Yeah, the next bit says sail to Cayenne, which we did, and I don't have anything there. But it seems like Cayenne is where I'm supposed to go. Right here. We know it's not tied to any adventure or fame or anything like that. That's not an issue right now. Okay, so according to this, it is a cafe event, but we need to defeat some Turks and Spaniards outside this town before it'll trigger. So again, very, very peculiar triggers here. Let me, well, actually, we're going to have to do this, huh? We're going to have to, We're gonna have to get a full tank of crew. That's not much crew there at all, unfortunately. Okay. All right. So I will have to sail around, get some more crew stocked up, and then I guess complete a few battles, and that should get the thing to trigger? Question mark? I don't know. Major Rage, how's it going? Enjoying a lazy Saturday? Nice. Nice, thanks for popping in. I know it is a surprise Saturday stream. But, you know, the blackout happened yesterday. Completely just ended the playthrough. The good news was I'd saved like 5 seconds before the power went out. So it was perfect. And I was like, oh, thank goodness the power didn't go out when I saved. Or when the game was saving, if you like. But yeah, I was like, we're gonna finish this game today. I'm not gonna let this hang over my head. So we're nearly there. We're just trying to figure out again how to trigger an event. There's a lot of ports that are owned by enemies, enemy nations. So see, like Turks, we gotta be careful here. The KO, the Koei, the KO. The Koei Sai, yes. That's the way it does feel. Hey, that's the same guy just with a mustache. 67 crew, that's more like it. It was. Now, obviously, it would have been great if, you know, that had never happened at all. Oh, hey, there's a pirate. But, you know, at least it happened when it happened. So, and then we've just got a quiet weekend at home. So I figure, you know, finish off New Horizons, and then we can start a new game on Monday. Hiring crew. Oh, bigger complaint than dueling even. Yeah, there's a Spanish merchant fleet. I may be able to beat them as long as I can engage in a duel. If I could do that, then that's cool. That's fine. It's kind of wild to me that the starting position of the fleets is severely affected by the position on the overworld map. Right. You could recruit a lot more in a major city, right? I know I've been to some of the, like the West Africa or you know, some of the South American places, and they're like, you recruited 16 men. I was like, come on. But it also is realistic, you know, that like if you're in the middle of nowhere, there's not going to be that many sailors there. Yeah, let's see if we can challenge. Oh, we can. Awesome. Okay. Start off with a good old level 9 thrust. See if that kills him. Oh, quite nearly, quite nearly. Yeah. Let's see if he falls for another thrust here. He did. He's toast. Bye-bye. 2 thrusting attacks in a row. That'll do it, pig. That'll do it. Okay, so according to the guide, they want you to just kind of hang out around here and defeat some Spanish and some Turkish fleets. So that's, I guess, what we're going to focus on doing. But it is pretty strange that it's weird that that's a thing. Like, it's weird that the game wants you to stop and just kind of do nothing in order to advance the plot. See, so I haven't been hunted down by anybody yet. Not a pirate, not a not an enemy nation, none of that. So that's interesting that one tried to hunt you down. Dang, how did you hire 2,500 crew at the port? Did you just like exit and then re-enter really quick? I guess I could do that. Rather than sailing to like a new one. We'll see how many I can get here. 44 guys is not a lot of guys. I could go back to the other spot. Oh, you sleep at the inn. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, we'll go back to the other port then, because I think it was giving better better stuff. But yeah, some of the plot triggers in this are pretty hyper specific. It seems like they want you to be at a very specific port, but after doing very specific things, and sometimes in an order that is not specified in a walkthrough. So that also is fairly curious. Now I'm saving before I enter these buildings because, yeah, this port is owned by another enemy nation, and so you could get beat up and have all your like 3/4 of your cash stolen from you, which is extreme. There, 63 is not too bad, or 67 rather. But yeah, that sucks that you can't just get a bunch right away. That pirate had it out for you. I mean, why he didn't land at port, you know, and try and get you while you were clearly sleeping at the inn. But he just really wanted to beat you in a naval battle. Unfortunately, we're going to have to put up... Oh, there it is. Okay, so also coincidentally then, this is another trigger that is triggered in a unique way that is not mentioned in other guides. So other guides were saying I have to go to Cayenne, which I don't think this is, in order to trigger this event. Huh. But it just triggered in a completely different town, in a different building. It's supposed to trigger in the cafe, according to guides. So there's a little bit of randomness as far as how the events can trigger. There she is. Stay away from me, I'm warning you, you'll be really sorry. Your threats don't frighten me, girlie. We're in the middle of South America. Who do you think is going to come and save you? Oh, here we go. Time to throw it down. Hey, Archie and Lucia. Rocco, let's save her. Oh, that was easy. Just knock him out of the way like that. Time for a duel with Pirate. He doesn't have a name. He's just Pirate. There we go. That's beautiful right there. Let's see. Maybe he'll fall for two in a row. Yep. Goodbye. Oh, no. Oh, well. We'll get him on this. We'll get him this time around. Nap time. Nap time. Okay. Alright. Time for a thrusting attack. Oh no! You saw it coming. You know what? This game is loaded. Scorched. Toasted. You're done. Just let me beat you already. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna do one of these. Yeah, you're done. Alright, we beat Pirate. The dueling. I like the idea of the dueling. I like a lot of the systems. I don't like that it is... There's not a lot that you could do to skew it in your favor. Definitely once you get better equipment, and you can kind of guess what he's going to attack with based on his weapon, that helps, but there's not really much that you can do about that. Don't get too full of yourself now. Rocco, what's the matter? I'm sorry one of his underlings took Lucia as a hostage. Master Keone, don't worry about me. Just try to escape. That's it. Just drop your swords and line them up over there. No way. I'm not going to take orders from you. Foolish one. Don't you know when to give up? No. Oh, ouch. Keone, I'll take care of these hoodlums. So take this opportunity and save Lucia. Thanks, Catalina. I owe you one. Sure do. Alright. Is it the Famicom Dragon Ball games? So, Pookie, you've played a lot of Famicom then, huh? And remind me again, you don't speak Japanese. You've just played the translated versions? I think we're all alright. We've made it this far. Lucia, are you alright? Thank you, Keone. Miss Lucia, how did ye end up way out here? It would take a long time to explain everything, but I'll try to keep it short. You could explain on the journey back, because that is a long trip. It seems like a lifetime ago when I was abducted and put on a ship by that pirate lady. She told me that some noble wanted to talk to me, and I thought she meant you. I didn't think that Catalina was doing anything bad, but she ended up taking me to Marquis Martinez. I was kidnapped to keep me quiet, because I had learned the secret of Neo Atlantis. I had overheard him giving orders to his crew in the cafe. They're planning something horrible. They're posing as the descendants of Atlantis and forcing the natives to dig for their so-called buried ruins. They've hired the worst pirates around and made an army to take over not only Turkish regions, but the entire world. Well, there's no way we're going to let that happen. You're right about that, Captain. We can't let them just take over other countries. But Lucia, how did you manage to escape? I was put in the dungeon of Neo Atlantis, but one day a strange man rescued me. That old man seemed to be a prisoner as well. I tried to escape with him by ship, but we were discovered by the Neo Atlanteans. It must be Otto, maybe? Because that's the only character that I think that we haven't met yet. I got separated from the old man, but I was able to escape and end up here. I see. Rocco, if we get the Marquis Martinez, then the rest of the Neo Atlantis operation should just fall apart. Lucia, do you have any idea where Martinez is now? I guess he'd be in that horrible slave town, but I was only concerned with my escape, so I don't know where it is. Don't worry about it, Lucia. My orders are to find that town anyway. We'll get Martinez for this, I swear. No, you won't. That's my job. Catalina, you're all right, but how did you find us? I know who sank my brother's ship. It was Martinez. What? My brother was ordered to explore the New World. While there, he found out about the Portuguese Neo Atlantis plot. According to the Tordesillas Treaty, west of 46 degrees west is Spanish land. Neo Atlantis was a clear violation of the treaty. I see. So Martinez tried to keep your brother quiet and attacked his ship before he could report it. A devious plan. A whole new world. Yes, exactly what I was thinking. You speak a bit of Japanese. Do you play mostly fan-translated obscure games? Okay, cool. Thanks. Martinez tried to keep your brother quiet and attacked his ship before he could report it. A devious plan. I know where Martinez is, but it's a fortress. We won't be able to take it by ourselves. But I still have a stubborn goat following me. Commander Ezekiel and his invincible fleet. Exactly. He's still after me and is somewhere in this vicinity. Even if we both attacked head-on, I'm not too sure we could win. But we do have another option. What's that? If we tell Commander Ezekiel about Martinez in New Atlantis, he'll probably join up with us. What are you talking about? I'm a pirate being chased by the Spanish Navy and you're from Portugal, an enemy country. Well, it won't work if we don't give it a try. We don't have any other choice. I guess you're right. Besides, I've grown tired of fighting with the Spanish Navy. I've been thinking about surrendering. Okay, then. We'll leave tomorrow morning. Lucia is tired. You must be too. Tomorrow's fine with me. Alright, awesome. So I guess we'll spend the night at the inn, skis. Okay, stuff is actually happening. We're gonna finish this. We are going to finish this game. I swear. We're gonna finish the game. It'll be good. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. It's still a little early, so why don't we go rest at the lodge? Are you kidding me? You're kidding. What does this game want me to do now? No, I swear nothing is straightforward. Nothing is straightforward. Okay, maybe we'll try a little later in the day. I don't know. You learn how to make eggs over easy. Nice. So remind me, is eggs over easy the fried on both sides one? Or is it fried on one side and still runny on top? I like making oeufs miroir, which is the fried egg that you put a lid on and it steams the yolk and you get a glaze right over the top of it. That is very good. Pardon my French. Literally, oeufs miroir. Something like that. Oofs. That's a weird way. How do you say eggs? Oofs. Oh, shoot. You know what? I probably need to recruit another group. It is the fried on both sides thing. Yeah, tricky, right? Because you don't want to break the yolk. Oh, man. You know what you got to try someday is... I know you say you just learned this, but try eggs a la goldenrod. That... Eggs a la goldenrod is pretty spectacular. Mr. Temper, yikes? What's the yikes for? What happened? Okay, this is over 300 guys now, so hopefully that's enough. I mean, I could do it one more just to be on the super safe side. Oh, the French pronunciation? Yeah. I'm not Canadian, if you can't tell. Well, you tell me, how do you say it? It's like oeufs miroir or something like that, right? I was like, French, I like just drop a couple letters off of it, and there you go. That's close enough. Eggs a la goldenrod. So you get biscuits. You make a white gravy, like a biscuits and gravy type thing. But you hard-boiled eggs and then take the white part of the hard-boiled eggs and mix it into the gravy. And then you crush and sprinkle the hard-boiled yolk over that. And you'll have it with like a sausage or a bacon. It's really good. I love eggs. Eggs, like, we have eggs in here all the time. So I'm constantly trying to learn new ways to make eggs. I learned Julia Child's method of making omelets. And they come out like really silky. Like super silky. Alright. Oops. Almost canceled out. And we don't need those 5 dudes. Okay. I think we're prepared now. Oh, nice. So yeah, try that sometime. Maybe look up a recipe for it. The Julia Child's method of making almost, you get a really hot pan.
Obviously, you gotta put some butter in there.
You put butter in there, and then you throw in your scrambled egg, and then you shake the pan so that it creates these really fine layers of silky egg, and then eventually you fold it in half. You take it off before it really cooks all the way through. Super good. Oh yeah, we're good on that. Okay. So now, I need to convince Ezekiel. Beamstock, how's it going? Oof. Yeah. Something like that, right? Oof. The randomizer is wild. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Texture differential between egg white and the gravy would ruin that for you. Oh, are you? I know a couple people that have this, Major Rage. I can't remember what it's called. It's where they get triggered by textures. There was a guy I knew, he could only eat, well, he claimed he could only eat chicken nuggets because of this texture issue that he had. And I was like, man, your colon will thank you if you stop only eating chicken nuggets. But I get it with texture. For me, textures with some things like fried okra, I can't. But generally, I can eat pretty much anything. I can't remember what the texture thing is called though. There's a term for it. Oof, as in one egg, and unoof, unoof. However you pronounce it. Beamstock, how you doing? We're talking about oofs today. You there, stop your fleet or we'll attack. Wait! I have to talk with Commander Ezekiel. It's bad as Scarlet. Yeah, no, I've known a lot of folk who have had it, for sure. I feel like, I know there's a term for it. Have you ever wondered if there's any way to break out of it? Like if it's just a psychological thing, and this is a question out of curiosity, obviously. I'm not trying to pressure you into eating anything. But it's a curiosity question. Is there a way for you to work out of that? Like, could you practice eating things that normally the texture would ruin it for you? I don't know. Like, could you stretch the palate? Because I know there's things you could acquire a taste for over time. But yeah, I don't know. Palate, I think, is a curious, maybe even understudied element of the human experience. Textures can also ruin food for you too. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something where the texture does ruin it for me. Fried okra for sure. I had that once and I was like, nah, I'm good. I had frog legs. That was okay. I don't think the texture ruined that for me. Something weird. Oh, I had an opihi once. Opihi. It's a limpet, like a snail. Never again. That's like a salty gummy bear with slime. That's, you're talking about bad texture, like that would destroy it. Shredded coconut? Oh, you don't like mousse? Oh, man. Expanded the palate? Oh, you were a chef. Oh, that's cool. What kind of, did you say sous chef not too long ago? I think you mentioned that yesterday. I'm Commander Ezekiel. I'm County Franco of the Franco House of Portugal. Yeah, okra by itself is pretty bad. Like, you got to do something to it. I've never seen somebody just pound okra like raw. You know, like a raw artichoke or something like that, you know? We have no desire to fight with you. We only needed to talk. That's why we're looking for you. And I have no desire to fight with a nobleman, but I am bound by my duties to destroy that pirate. You're enjoying a perfectly good breakfast conversation. Your phone decided to restart? We're still here for you. I will hear you out after I have dealt with her. Wait, Commander. I am surrendering. What? So please listen to what this Portuguese sailor has to say. Please, Commander. If that's the case, then I will listen to you. Please go ahead. This is embarrassing, but I must tell you about an internal rivalry that is threatening the stability of Portugal. It's between those who seek liberal reforms led by Duke Franco and the conservative nobles led by the Marquis Martinez. I don't know anything about Portuguese history, but I wonder if this is a piece of history right here. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I could do a huge range of stuff. I can eat raw foods, raw fish. I can eat vegetables and desserts and fruits and all kinds of things. I don't prefer fruits because there's a lot of rotting fruit where I grew up, so the smell can kind of trigger me, but I could still eat most fruit. But slimy stuff, like fried slimy stuff, that's where I draw the line. Like fried okra is pretty gross. Sous chef. Oh, cool. So what is a sous chef then? I think I have a general idea, but I don't know when's the last time I actually spoke with one, or formerly one. What actually did you do? Slimy mushrooms. Okay. I do like mushrooms, but mushrooms that are very lightly cooked that still have the firmness, that's what I like. If they're overly slimy, then I'm like, nah. Pickled okra. I don't know if I've had it. How to make history fantastical. There's been some cool history stuff in here. We fought some historical pirates. That's pretty neat. And then obviously there's a lot of like national history and things like that. But I wonder if this moment was it. And Mr. Temper goes, not politics. I was like, yeah, keep politics out of games. Uncharted Waters is like literally every decision you could make in this game is political. That's hilarious. Yeah, breaded I think would help. Assistant to the executive chef, basically did end up managing the pub on your own. Oh, cool. So you had to know to make a pretty much the whole menu then, huh? Martinez wants to destroy this, so he has come up with a terrible plan. They have built a replica of Atlantis in South America, deep in the forests. They have gathered a navy of the worst pirates and are going to begin attacking the nations of the world. They call their stronghold Neo-Atlantis, and their goal is the subjugation of the entire world. I would never believe this kid if he started telling me this story. This is such a bonkers story. Watch this be real. Like, okay, I gotta see. We're gonna look. Oh my gosh! In the 1500s. Portugal established a maritime Atlantic-focused empire often perceived as Neo-Atlantis due to its mastery of the ocean and base in the Azores, which some considered remnants of the sunken continent. Ruled by rulers like Manuel I, Portugal connected Europe, Africa, India, and Brazil, becoming a dominant global power. So this is a real thing? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Yeah, no, I'd assume that there were some liberties taking place. Like, you know, they're talking about going to look for the secret of Atlantis. I'm like, well, they're not gonna find it because I know Atlantis is a myth. I think I'd automatically assume that Neo-Atlantis was just a convenient plot point here. Because I've never heard this. I'm not finding a lot of information. Do any of you know about a Neo-Atlantis in Portuguese history? Because I've literally never heard this before. And I get that overall there's history here, but obviously there's gonna be fictional elements. Like landing, like a European landing in Hawaii at a port in the 1500s. That's not historical. So you know what I mean? Like there's fictional stuff here. Or like Balm stopping a storm. So there's some fiction, some gaminess. But yeah, if Neo Atlantis is a real thing, I would be very curious to know that. Found a... Hey, how's it going? They also did their Imaginations here. Infinite Metal, yeah. We found a few sunken cities, or at least sunken series of buildings. Right, there's sunken cities. There's things like that all across the globe. I don't know if that's accurate to the mythology of Atlantis. But yeah, this is pretty crazy. Call them the Azores instead of something stupid like Neo Atlantis. That's hilarious. But yeah, if this was a term in history, I would love to know that. The Stargate spinoff? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but it would be amazing to know about it. So if any of you ever find any information on Neo Atlantis related to Portuguese history, please let me know. I would definitely like to put some of that in the book. Okay. The Neo Atlantis fortress is located on the Amazon River. My brother Michael found this and was silenced by Martinez before he could record it. According to our scouts, there's a strange fortress on the Amazon. Maybe that this is the Neo Atlantis of which you speak. If that's the truth, I cannot let this Martinez continue his evil ways. I will fight with you for all of Iberia. Thank you. We will lead, so please follow us. Sounds like a trap. So it could be in reference to this RPG in particular then. Rather than to a piece of history. Oh, moo. Moo would be one of the things, for sure. Alright, come on, y'all. I'm pretty sure it's in this direction. Like, almost positive. AI sloop. There's a book called New Atlantis. Yeah, Chance, I feel like you would know some history professors. Do any of them know any Portuguese history about Neo Atlantis? Because if that's a real thing, that's pretty cool. Like if somebody from Portugal had tried to actually... Okay, the game froze. I just need to wait for these guys to catch up, I think. They're taking forever. What's the holdup? People do love their moo. Moo. I was watching this documentary not too long ago about a sunken city that they discovered in oh, here we go. That they discovered in I think it was off the coast of Alexandria. In the Mediterranean. There you go. Okay, am I supposed to fight all these guys or what? I don't know where the other ships went. Things are moving real slow right now. See if I can't catch this guy on his way out. Right there. Catalina Aranto, John Davis. I guess this is the guy I'm supposed to fight. A symphonic prog band called Neo Atlantis. Their stuff has what looks like a 16th century ship. Well, that could be it. Ha, so what? Just means that I will destroy all of you. My fleet will attack the fortress. I'll leave the rest up to you two. I'm leaving Martinez up to you. I'll take care of the rest of his fleet. Just get Martinez for me. Remember your promise. Avenge my brother. You'd think she would have said that the other way around. Oh, okay. So let's rush this guy. I haven't really had to do any programming for my fleet this whole game. Kind of just, you could really get through the whole game just doing duels, I guess. All right, here we go. Final boss, I guess. No, this is just John. Just John. Oh man, didn't do too well here with the draw of the cards. That was a very low very low. Well, maybe we could get 2 thrusts in. Yep, that should knock him out. Easy. You're dead. Get wrecked, John Davies. Alright, easy. What's next? Oh, they're using like starting ships. That's interesting. They're carrying a lot of grain. There's food and water here. I'll go ahead and take some of that. No, all my fleet, all my dreams. Your dreams have been crushed. You deserve it for the evil you sowed in this life. Oh, tell him. Captain. John, the final boss. Is Laurel getting his butt whipped? Yes. What is it, Rocco? It's nothing. I just felt like I was watching your father when he was your age. Thanks, Rocco. You know, I think it's time to go home. Keone. Catalina, how'd it go? As soon as they saw Martinez fall, they just scrambled and ran. Looks like Commander Ezekiel took care of the fortress. Captain, I've just spotted Commander Ezekiel's vessel. He's raised a signal flag. What does it say? I congratulate you on your victory and vow to find and fight you again. That's all, sir. Find and fight again? I'd much rather meet him as a friend next time. Captain, what response should we send? Forget it. Let's just head for home. That's it? I didn't even fight Martinez himself. I didn't even get to see Neo Atlantis, y'all. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay, I guess we are heading back to, oh, there's all those ships. You guys are a little late. Okay, let me load up. And then we'll get a little more of this. Oops. And I guess we just sail back to Lisbon and the game ends. That felt really anticlimactic after all that waiting and such. Was there Temper? You just finished Ernst. Was there? Oh, hang on. I need to get rid of a lot of this crew. Was there a like a final boss fight to that? Did any of that feel like appropriately, you know, like challenging or climactic? This was pretty simple. So there was no, for Ernst, what was the final mission? Oh my gosh, I don't have it. Okay. Koei games just end. Well, like you still fight Nobunaga at the end of Inindo, right? So like, I think some of them are going to have a final boss. But I guess that counts as the final boss for this. Some call me John Davies. Disappointing that you don't even get to duel Martinez himself. You know what would have been neat is if you dueled, and then after that, you know, you kill him, and then he has a second wind, and he comes back again. Excuse me. I'm allergic to video games that do not have a proper climax. And that's it, huh? Wow. I wonder if... I mean, I guess that was a final boss encounter, but it was too easy. I wonder if there's... there is a character in this who would have a decent kind of final encounter type thing going on. Oh, so you're saying a Nindo is not like real life? It's an abstraction of real life. Like, this is a video game. There's plenty of things that aren't realistic in this. Hugely. Plenty of things that aren't realistic. Like, my ship got hit by a phoenix. There's sirens. There's St. Elmo's fire. There's friggin' bomb that stops storms. So there's... I don't buy that excuse at all. There's plenty of things. Real life. Yeah, I don't know. There's Nobunaga being possessed by demons like that, you know, and you fighting like mythological creatures. There's plenty of fantastical things. Okay. So you didn't say what you meant. And I forgive you. Apology accepted. No, just kidding. Yeah, in this, like, there very easily could have been a true climax without being fantastical about it. But that didn't feel climactic at all. Like, you just need to fight one guy. Neil Martinez? Nice. Okay, I guess we just go back home and tell Dad, hey, I'm only human and make mistakes, and that's why we love you. Because we are also only human. And we are also everywhere. We are legion. No, just kidding. How you been? Just fine, sir, but please go ahead inside. Your father can't wait to see you. He heard about your exciting victory over John Davies. Hello, Father. I've returned to report that I've completed my mission. There you go. Yeah, Nobunaga being possessed by demons. And yeah, there's plenty of fantasy stuff in this game. Are you kidding me? I found a friggin' unicorn. Or that one discovery that was like a mouse walking on its nose. Oh, he said we are Venom. I'll accept that. My son, I want to congratulate you on your triumphant return. Thank you, Father. Let me tell you all about my voyage. I have already heard. A messenger from Spain spoke quite highly of your courageousness. Really? But I never could have made it without Commander Ezekiel's support. You're very modest. I'm very proud of you, and I have a little surprise for you. Oh, Rocco. Aye, sir? What do you think of my son? Has he become a wise and strong sailor? Aye, it makes me proud as punch to see what a fine mate he's become. If you think that way, then I know I've made the right decision. Keone. Yes, Father. I've decided to recommend to His Majesty that you replace me as Prime Minister of Portugal. I believe you deserve the position. Congratulations, my son, and good luck. Well, what's he gonna do? There we go. 3,609-day voyage as Keone Franco. You didn't find either of those discoveries? Well, the game has generated worlds. So there are 2 different worlds that generate. And so some discoveries don't populate in one, some don't populate in the other. But yeah, there's like fantastical, like Mokole Mbembe, like there's fantastical stuff in this game. It was a red-haired female pirate, Catalina Aranzo, who saved Prince Alberto and myself from that evil pirate Khan. But she turned out that she was really after me. Oh boy. Only with Rocco's quick thinking and cunning subterfuge did we manage to escape. Now that said, this game has a great localization. It is fairly natural reading English. And some pretty complex words too. So they did a good job translating this one. I'm Keone Franco. As thanks, I'll have to play a tune for you on my lute. Oh, what have I done? I must have been out of my mind. I can't believe I saved a Franco. Halt! We know that the pirate Catalina is in there. We are the Navy Guard under orders from Commander Ezekiel. In the name of Spain, we arrest you for your crimes against the state. So is this like a flashback now? I guess so. At Massawa, I met the last descendant of the lost city of Atlantis, Tafari. After our meeting, a fierce naval battle ensued as I fought to protect Massawa from the Turkish forces. Yeah, so it is Rocco's 16th century life. There you go. Yeah. Flashbacks, though? I mean, come on. Why are we doing this? I don't need to do this. I lived this. The journal ending is a nice touch, but yeah, a flashback seems a little gratuitous. I can't actually skip this either. Pet peeve on Super Nintendo RPGs when you cannot skip the thing. It doesn't let you skip the ending dialogue. It would have been modern to them. Absolutely. So if I was in the 1500s, I would say Rocco's Modern Life. But since I'm not, I won't say it. At the port of Nagasaki, Enrico finally had to leave us. After so many voyages together, it was sad to part, but we wished him good luck with a smile as he was excited about beginning his studies in the land of Zipangu. So I'm considering adding this game to my list of top 365 favorite games of all time. I am planning to have it occupy the same exact space as Uncharted Waters 1 because I'm a huge cheater and I got that idea from Depraved Slash. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But no, this is a great game. This is a great game. I think, 358 ought to be pretty good. Uncharted Waters New Horizons. There we go. Would take players 300 hours to get the ending back in the day without a walkthrough, and they forget the story by then. Yeah, I get the journal rehashing the story, but I don't need to see the whole scene again. It's just characters talking. That's dumb. Zipangu. Topanga? I don't know. It's gibberish to me at this point. And thanks for the GG. I appreciate it. With the help of Catalina, I rescued Lucia from the clutches of evil pirates. After that, I decided to cooperate Catalina with Commander Ezekiel's fleet to stop Martia's evil scheme. I just did this, so don't give me a flashback. No! No! I don't need it. It's a long game. Anything else? Yeah. Well, you say that now. Just wait until you see Might Magic 2. This was an excellent game, but it definitely is long. It's very long. Thanks, Pookie. Thanks, Mage. At Lisbon, we were welcomed by the enthusiastic cheers of the crowd. It seems my father finally acknowledged that I am an experienced seafarer. That's actually a cool portrait right there. The seven seas were full of dangers, pirates, storms, and sea monsters. Not every mate had the mettle to overcome the obstacles, but you, with your courage, wit, thank you, and strength of heart, have bested even the worst of foes. The tale of your voyage will be told for years to come. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. No, next we're going to play probably Might Magic 2. One of the PAL exclusives. One of two PAL exclusives. And then later made Adol. Yeah. Oh, sweet. So yeah, only guy... No, actually the two on the right I never got. The end. And joy was had by all. Yeah, there was some nonsense with Joao, for sure. Quite a few instances where the game expects you to just wait and do nothing. But ladies and gentlemen, that is Uncharted Waters New Horizons. I do... Well, I don't know. Masterpiece is a strong term. I think that was spectacular. I think that was really about as good as you could possibly get for a strategy sailing sim RPG on the Super Nintendo. That's pretty That's a pretty steep ask when you think about it. You know, like there's a lot. There's a lot that could go wrong there. Let's say. But let me jot this down. We beat this February 7th. So this took me a month to get through. Eesh. I think, because I think the last game I beat was Mega Man X, February 2nd. February 6th, looks like. Did I play anything between that? I don't think I did. Yeah, no, it is. It is. Thanks very much, Deoxer. It is very impressive for a 1994 cartridge game. This is absolutely more polished, more accessible, and more enjoyable than the first game. Even just down to sailing on the sea. In the first game, you had to push a button to stop the game, then turn your ship, and then move in that direction. In this game, you could just freely move wherever you want. Things like that. So Mega Man X was the last game. It took me a month to beat this. That sucks, kind of. So what is this? This is the 18th stream. I need to beat games faster, yo. But yeah, Monday, we'll start Might and Magic Book 2. Looking forward to it, but also not looking forward to it. It is apparently the one of the glitchiest games on the Super Nintendo. So that's a steep ask, unfortunately. I don't know what else I could do, you know. It is what it is, and we're gonna have to beat it, and just do our best, you know. But yeah, he looks like Ander from Gemfire. Oh no, that's Ernst. So we did meet Ernst, I think, or they mentioned Ernst. I did not meet Otto. Yeah, it can't be understated, for sure. Yeah. In the first game, you could really play that character however you wanted. But in this, giving you clear goals based on a character's motivations is a massive, massive improvement for this game compared to the first. Much time was lost? Probably like a whole stream or two, like 4 hours of just trying to dodge a storm. You only get one first playthrough. It's true, yeah. There's an element of this that is kind of checklisty. Like, I don't want to spend a ton of time in Might and Magic 2. I want to get through that as ASAP. But I don't know. It's always thinking about what's to come instead of thinking about what's happening right now. And I talk to my kids about that too. They're like, you know, you have to appreciate the present. If you keep thinking about tomorrow, it's like that folktale of the guy that keeps unraveling the yarn, and he speeds up to the next thing in life, the next thing in life. Eventually the yarn runs out and he's at the end of his life. And then what? He only looked forward to tomorrow rather than savoring the present. So I can tell you this though. I savored the present in this thing like there ain't no thing. So that was good. That part was good. We are going to go say hi to Kuebs. Give him a follow. He's a nice guy. And I will see you folks Monday. Take care of yourselves.